This is a battle between a mono black rogue and a green white deck.
Player 1 taps 1 and plays Nightshade Stinger. Player 1 taps 2 and plays Una's Blackguard. Player 1 attacks with Nightshade Stinger, dealing 1 damage to player 2. Player 1 taps 2 and plays Bitter Blossom. Player 1 attacks with Nightshade Stinger and Una's Blackguard for 2.
Taps 2 and plays Judge Unworthy and Una's Blackguard. Player 2 reveals the Avian Healer on his Blackguard and destroys it.
The damage from Nightshade Stinger goes through, dealing 1 damage to player 2.
Player 2 taps 3 and plays the Avian Healer.
Player 1 loses 1 life and puts a 1/1 fairy rogue creature with flying into play from the Bitter Blossom. Then player 1 taps 2 and plays Pax Sane on the Avian Healer and chooses Rogue. Player 1 attacks with Nightshade Stinger, dealing 1 damage to player 2.
Player 2 taps 4 and plays Changeling Sentinel.
Player 1 loses another life and puts another 1/1 token into play from the Bitter Blossom. Player 1 taps 3 and plays Ghostly Changeling. Player 1 attacks with Nightshade Stinger and a token, dealing 2 damage to player 2.
Player 2 taps 1 and plays Virulent Sliver. Player 2 taps 2, revealing Spirit en-Dal, giving Changeling Sentinel Shadow until end of turn. Player 2 attacks with Changeling Sentinel, dealing 3 damage and putting a poison counter on player 1. The poison counter deals 1 damage to player 1.
Player 1 loses another life and puts a 1/1 rogue creature token into play. Player 1 attacks player 2 for 5 damage, putting 1 poison counter on player 2. Player 1 taps 2 and plays the prowl cost for morsel effect. Player 1 gains 3 life and player 2 loses 3 life. And player 1 draws a card.
Player 2 taps 3, playing Spirit en-Dal. Player 2 attacks with Changeling Sentinel. Player 1 blocks with a 1/1 token, destroying it.
Player 1 puts another 1/1 token into play, losing 2 life, 1 from the Bitter Blossom and 1 from the poison counter. Player 1 attacks with 2 tokens and Nightshade Stinger for 3.
Player 2 taps 1, playing Fog, preventing all combat damage this turn. Player 2 loses 1 life from the poison counter. Player 2 taps 1, playing Giant Growth and Spirit en-Dal, making it 5/4 until end of turn. Player 2 attacks for 9.
Player 1 blocks the Changeling Sentinel with a Ghostly Changeling.
Player 2 taps 2 and plays Judge Unworthy on the Ghostly Changeling.
Player 1 blocks the Virulent Sliver with a 1/1 token, destroying both of them.
Player 2 reveals a Griffin guide from the Scry 3, dealing 3 damage to the Ghostly Changeling, destroying it. Eight damage is dealt to player 1.
Player 1 puts another 1/1 token into play. He loses 2 life, 1 from the Bitter Blossom and 1 from the poison counter. Player 1 attacks with 2 Nightshade Stingers, dealing 2 damage to player 2. Player 1 taps 2, paying the prowl cost for Morsel Theft. He gains 3 life, and player 2 loses 3 life. Player 1 wins the game.